Alright, this topic is called finding a specific term of an arithmetic sequence given a common difference in a first term. The topic isn't so bad because they do give you a formula to use, which makes it a lot easier. But before we start talking about formulas, what the heck is an arithmetic sequence? So an arithmetic sequence is something like this. It's a list of numbers. That's a bad example. It's a list of numbers where you're basically like adding the same thing to the last number to get the next term. So 3 plus 4 gives you 7, 7 plus 4 gives you 11, 11 plus 4 gives you 15, and it just goes on and on and on to infinity. The title of this is a common difference. That would be your 4. It's called the common difference, not a real fancy name for it. And they call it D in the formula that we're going to use. An arithmetic sequence is what it's called because you're adding a number, or sometimes you can be subtracting a number, so that's why it's an arithmetic one. If you find the next numbers by multiplying or dividing, they call it a geometric sequence. The first term in this case is 3. It's just whatever number starts the sequence out. These arithmetic sequences are usually pretty generally easy to find the next terms. However, if somebody walked up to you on the street and was like, hey dude, here's your arithmetic sequence, and I want you to tell me the 101st term, you would be like, oh man, I need some paper because I have to go through 100 terms or so to figure out your answer. And hence there's an awesome formula that we can use, and here it is. Make sure you put this down in your notes because that was my daughter sneezing, if you could hear that. And n minus 1. Alright, so what do all these things stand for? A sub 1, that's how you would say that. That's your first term. The n is the number term that you're looking for, so if you're looking for your 100th and 101st term, you would put 101 in there, so that's your term number. D is your common difference, so in the example above, it would be 4. And finally, this A sub n, that's the number that you're looking for in the sequence. What is it? When I get to my 101st term, what is the answer? So the number term that you're looking for. Alright, so make sure you write this down. This is a great formula to have on hand. It's generally not on the MCAS. I'm not sure if the SAT takes it into account, but if you are doing sequences and stuff, it makes it real easy to get to the answer. So let's do an example. Let's say that we're looking for the 19th term, and we know that our common difference is 4. And let's say that our first term is 5. So write this down in your notes so that you have an example to look at. So we're looking for the 19th term. So here's our problem. What I like to do is go through and label things up. Anytime they say a number, I want to label it. Is it an A sub 1, an N, a D, an A sub N? And then I can rewrite my formula and plug things in. So the 19th term, that's what we're looking for. This guy here is A sub, the 19 is the, 19 is your N number, so that's N. Common difference, that's your D, so D is 4. 5 is the first term, that's A sub 1. Alright, so we have the formula A sub N equals A sub 1 plus N minus 1 times D. Now that we have a lot of things labeled in the problem, all we have to do is plug things in and then just apply PEMDAS. So A sub N is what we're looking for. We have no idea what that is yet. A sub 1 we labeled, that's 5. We're looking for the 19th term, that's your N. 19 minus 1, and our common difference is 4. So order of operations says we do the parentheses first. 19 minus 1 is 18. And then we need to do our multiplication. 5 plus 72. And then finally we need to do our addition, so we end up with an answer of 77. So instead of having to go up and do 19 terms, if you have this handy dandy formula, you plug things in and you just find out the 19th term is actually 77. Alright, let's try another example. Let me move this stuff up. Alright. Let's say that we have, we're looking for the 20th term. What is the 20th term? Again, put this one down in your notes too so that you have a second example. It's always good to have more than one. and I'm going to abbreviate arithmetic sequence. So what is the 20th term in an arithmetic sequence with a common difference? Abbreviating difference of 5 and the first term of 3. Alright, what is the 20th term? So that we have a number here, 20. That's going to be our n. In an arithmetic sequence with a common difference of 5, that's our d. And a first term of 3, that's a sub 1. So now we pull out our handy dandy formula, which hopefully you already have written down. N minus 1 times d, and we plug things in. This is what we're looking for, a sub n. Our first term is 3, plus our n is 20, times a common difference of 5. Again, applying the rules of PEMDAS. 20 minus 1 is 19, times 5. Now we have to do the multiplication. That's going to be 95, and then finally we add the 3, and we end up with 98. So you can see how quickly, once you plug everything into the formula and apply PEMDAS or the rules of order of operation, you get a number. It's going to be a heck of a lot easier than going through 20 of them. We're going to do one more example. I want you to write down the example, then hit the pause button, work it out in your notes, and then hit play and see if we get the same answer. Alright, slide this guy up out of the way. Let's say this time we're looking for the 16th term. What is the 16th term of an arithmetic sequence? And again, I'm abbreviating with a common difference of 7 and a first term of 13. Alright, so hit pause after you have this copied down, work it out yourself, use the same formula we used for the other two problems, and then hit play and see if we get the same answer. Again, I like to go through and label up my word problems. What is the 16th term? That's our n value. Common difference of 7, that's our d value. First term of 13, that's a sub 1. Write out the formula. Always start with the formula. A lot of people roll their eyes. I don't want to write it all out, but honestly, it's easier to not make mistakes if you have it all written out. A sub 1 is 13, our n is 16, and d is 7. Rules of order of operation, 16 minus 1 is 15. Next we do multiplication. Melanie's eating cereal now. 13 plus 35 is, did I add that right? 48. Alright, I hope you get the same answer. If something seemed really confusing, come find me and I'll see if I can help you out. Thanks, bye.